Okay, everyone, welcome to SafuLane, as we do call ourselves SAFUU. So I believe we have been having a very good and interesting ride together while grooming ourselves to be exceptional when it comes to these trending innovations, technologies in crypto, Web3, in artificial intelligence, and very soon a lot more exciting things are going to be what will be rolling out on these particular community and on our platform as well. So tonight is just one of our class section nights, which we do discuss deeply on topics that are mind blowing and that are very educational. So it's going to be a topic on liquidity concept in trading, which is more related to technical analysis. And our coach for tonight is going to be Crypto Kaba. So Crypto Kaba, how are you doing? You have the floor. Give us and take us a ride on that. Thank you. So Crypto Kaba, go ahead, please.
Hello, can everybody hear me?
Yeah, I can just hear you now. Yes, go ahead.
All right, good.
But you can be
So,
more
good evening,
audible.
everybody.
Like your voice is a little bit sounding like
All right. Good evening,
uh
everybody. Can
yeah,
everybody
good
hear me
evening.
well now?
I just
So,
want any
welcome
other
to
person
today.
to respond so we know
Okay,
that we
okay.
have a
Maybe
clear
some other
audio.
people should confirm how audible I am so we can continue. Okay. So you can actually proceed. So, welcome to today's session, everyone. Today's topic is a very, very crucial aspect when it comes to trading. It's not only trading in crypto, whatever, any aspect that you can talk about. Liquidity is very important. But when we are talking about the aspect of liquidity, it comes in different ways. Liquidity in crypto is different from liquidity in technical analysis. Liquidity in uh, centralized finance, Web3 is different. They have different explanations. And what I want you to understand is when we are talking about liquidity in any aspect, when we are talking about liquidity in any aspect, liquidity literally means money. Yeah, liquidity means money in any aspect. You can talk about either crypto trading in any aspect. But today I am going to share with you some liquidity concepts in trading, which is very, very important. And I would want everybody to pay attention and learn something. So I'll be sharing my screen with you and we'll be doing something. Yeah. So this is my trading view app. I already have some markups already on it. So let's quickly do something. So welcome to today's session on liquidity. Yeah, on liquidity. And when we are talking about liquidity, you would have been hearing liquidity. You hear people talking something like if you don't look out for liquidity, you will in turn be used as what liquidity and all of that. So today we'll be talking about liquidity and what liquidity actually means. Liquidity in trading literally means money, and we have different types of liquidity in trading. You know, when we are talking about liquidity, also price needs liquidity to move. Price is not something that will just stay in one place and not move, or it will just stay at one point. If price just stays at this point where this blue dot is or this tick is, there's no way you will make money because when you place a trade at this point, price is not moving up, is not moving down. Then how do you want to make money when it's just at a point? You cannot make money that way. You cannot what? You cannot make money. And now there's what we call liquidity pool. For those who are familiar with Web3, DeFi, and all, we have what we call liquidity pool. Now, when it comes to trading, you understand that, okay, let's take for example all this gap. When price push upward, like it's going up at this point. Yeah, it's moved up or pushed up from this point to this point. Now, all these points that is left behind, let me just highlight it. All these points that are here, all this blue box, this empty space that is here, is called liquidity pool, meaning there is a pool of what money at all this space left behind, and we expect price to what to come down into those liquidity pools and take whatever liquidity that is there, and that is what is happening here. You can see that price went as high as what these points, and it came down towards to take out whatever thing that is here. And see when it went up to this point, you can see how it's gradually coming down to take whatever space that is here. Now, all this space that has been left behind is what we call what pool of liquidity. But now in trading, it's not just called pool of liquidity. We have names we call them. We have how we explain them. We have what are types. We have different concepts to liquidity. But today we'll be talking about the basic aspect of liquidity, or the simple form of liquidity. And I'll be sharing types of liquidity with you and examples. So when people are talking about liquidity, they just go direct and just tell you what liquidity is. Some don't break it down into different aspects that I'll be explaining to you. Now, in trading, we have two types of liquidity. Note, some people, if you check whatever place or anywhere else, some people won't actually break it down into two, but I'm just making it to be very, very simple for everyone. Now, we have two types of liquidity. We have the static liquidity and we have dynamic liquidity. Now, when we are talking about the dynamic liquidity, we have types of liquidity under the static type of liquidity, and we have examples of liquidity under the dynamic liquidity. Now, when we talk about technical analysis, liquidity is a very, very crucial aspect, and it's a very important aspect. Same thing as market structure also. Now, when we are talking about static liquidity, you understand the word static. It just means something is at a point, is not moving. It's just, let's say it's at this point. Let's take, for example, let's say something is at this point, just is, sorry. Yeah, let's say something is at this point. It just stays at this point. It's not moving downward aggressively. It's not distributing. It's not accumulating. It's just at a point. It's just creating stuff like this. Yeah, it's just ranging. We call this ranging. Now it's not moving up, it's not moving down. And now we can understand that this type of liquidity is what we call static liquidity. When price is not really creating series of uptrend or downtrend, that is when we say something is what static, and this is where static liquidity falls. And now under static liquidity, we have different types of liquidity. We have the likes of our equal high liquidity, we have equal low liquidity, we have double top liquidity, and we have double bottoms types of liquidity. Now remember, when we were talking about our chart patterns, we made mention of double top, double bottoms, and the likes of them. Now, when a double top is formed, let's say we have something like this. A double top is formed when two eyes are, sorry, we have something of this nature. Now, when we have something of this nature, we can identify this as, sorry, I want to have something very clear. I don't know what's wrong. This stuff. So when we are talking about the double top type of liquidity, you know, we have something like this double top. Yeah, this is what a double top, right? Now, when we have a double top, we know that price touches a resistance level or whatever level. It touches it twice. That is why it's called double top. And we know that at this point, we have a lot of people that would what would want to be selling at this point from this red line because they classify this red line as what? As a resistance level because price has tapped on it the first time, tapped on it the second time, and they'll be like, oh, this place is a what? Is a very strong resistance level. Then what happened when everybody is selling from here? You see that okay, let's say for example, we have people have their short position at as yeah, we have it at this place, something like this. Let's take for example, we have something like this, and they have their stop loss very close. And what would they be expecting? You know, we said this is what liquidity above, and this is an empty space, more like a pool of liquidity resting above. Now we have people that will be selling immediately from here because it's a what? It's a resistance zone. Now, what will happen? Since we know it's a what? Double top, and price is likely to take out the liquidity. What happens? Price will just come from this point. It will move up. It will take out. Might probably activate their position, or it will just go directly and take out what their stocks. And when it take out their stocks, what happens? You think, okay, you are actually selling, or you'll be like, okay, since price has taken out your stocks, you'll be like, okay, price has taken out my stocks, the trend wants to change. But no, the trend is not changing. Price just took out what? The equal highs or the what? The double top that is at this point. And after price has taken out the double top at this point, then automatically it will what? It will come down and what continue its movement, then we have something like this. Then price comes back, tap into this point, sorry, and what continue. Now the concept is very simple. Now when price actually takes out the people that are selling at this point, you know, if you don't have good knowledge about the market, you just be looking at some things somehow. Now when price comes from this point, yeah, from this point, when price comes from this point, take out your stocks, taking out what? These double tops at this point. Now you see that price will do what? Price have taken out your double tops. Now we also have what we call double bottom types of what? Liquidity or equal lows. Now when price takes out these equal highs, what happens? At times price forms what we call equal lows because equal lows is also another type of liquidity. Now we have something like this. The lows are what? Equal. Now when price does something like this, after taking this out, automatically some people will be like, okay, this is what? A break of structure. And they what? They start buying from where? They start buying from here again. It's just a basic concept. You see that they start what? They start buying from this point. After price has taken out what? Their sales, then they start buying again from this point. Now, when they are buying from this point again, what happens? Price comes down from that point. Sorry, price comes down from that point, and what? And take out their buy positions. It takes out what? Their buy positions and what goes back to where it's coming from. Then continue is what? It's normal trend. It just comes to this point, tap on it, and what? And continues from wherever it's coming from. I don't know. Okay, yeah. It continues from what? From where it stopped. And this concept is very, very simple. It's very, very simple. This is what we call the equal highs and equal lows. Now, I already highlighted the types. Yeah, look at it here. This is the equal low, the first one. I'm coming, let me highlight it. Yeah. The first one you can see here is called what? It's called the equal lows. And the second one is called what? The equal highs. The first one here is called what? The equal lows. You can actually see that the lows are formed and price what went down to what to take it out. While the other one that we have, you can see the equal highs. Price went directly to take them off. Now, quickly, I'll go to my charts and I'll identify some form of equal lows and equal highs very, very quickly. So let's see. Let's see what we have. Let's quickly try to locate some form of equal lows. Okay, this is an example of equal low. This point here. This is what? This is an equal low. This place I used this red line on. You can see that price actually came back into that point, and it's what? It reacted from that point. Now we have majority of traders that will be like, okay, this place is the support zone because price has tapped on this. Now it came into this point the second time, tapped on it again, and pushed further upward. Now people will be looking towards to buy from here. That is why you saw a little reaction to the upside from this point. But now the reaction did not was take time, and the equal lows was taken out. Now, if I should invert my screen, so we will not waste much time in looking for the equal highs, I will invert my screen and show you how it happens in a what? In a double top very, very fast. Now, when we are talking about equal highs, this is an example of what equal highs. You can see that price came into it the first time, rejected, tapped into it the second time, it also was rejected. Now, the third time, it came very close to it at this point and rejected a bit, and what price took it out. And that is how it works. Very simple and accurate. And it's the most basic type of what liquidity that you can watch ever experience in your charts. The most basic type of what liquidity. Now I don't know, can anybody still hear me? It should not be as if I'm just talking to myself since. Hello, can anybody still hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Crypto
Okay.
Cabal, we can hear loud and clearly. Yeah.
Okay, good. So
So
now
we're
moving
following.
on, we have the second type of what liquidity. Now this type of liquidity, I call it the dynamic type of liquidity. We talked about the first type of liquidity as something was static, something you can find on what just equal highs and lows. And when an equal highs and lows is formed, it's more like price ranging at what at the points. But now this other type of liquidity, price is not what ranging at a point. It's dynamic, it's moving. It does not stay in one place. And this type of liquidity are the type of liquidity that we can find in an uptrend or a downtrend. Now we have this type of liquidity. We have two types. We have the trendline liquidity. Now we have the what was it called? We have the high trend line and we have the low trend line liquidity. That is how it's called. Now I'll show you examples. Now you can see on my screen I have two examples of this trend line liquidity. You can see that price is in an uptrend at this point. But now following the trend, you can see that okay, price is in an uptrend. And while price is in an uptrend, you can see that price was tapping on that particular red line, creating series of higher highs and lows. It's showing that okay, price is what is bullish. But at some points, at that red line, it's what it's just creating what we call liquidity. It's called liquidity, and we can see it everywhere on our charts. Now, the second type, this is for more like the supports trend line type of what liquidity. Now the other one we have above is called what? It's also a trend line liquidity, but this occurs what? In a bearish market. Now I would show or highlight some scenarios or examples how it occurs on the chart. Now we know that, let's take for example, we have price. Let's say price is in a downtrend. Price is in a downtrend. Let's say we have series of lower highs. Sorry, we have series of lower highs and lows. Let's say we have something of this nature. And price, I want the line to be something accurate. Now we have something like this. It's called what? A trend line liquidity. But now you already understood that price always comes to this line to tap on it. To tap on what? On this red line. And you'll be like, okay, the next time when price comes into this point, it will what? It will automatically sell from where? From this red line. Then you have your what? Your sales placed at this point. And you are looking at it that, okay, when price comes into that point, you would what? You will make some good profits at this point. Then you have your stop loss at this point. Now, what happens when price comes to that point? Because you already know that, okay, price has already what? Created some form of trend line liquidity at that point. What happens at that point? When price just comes to that point, you see price reacts from here, then it might give a slight reaction as what? At your trend line, but you see that, okay, after the whole stuff, price will just push ahead and take out all this form of liquidity, and that is how it was. It happened. Same thing applies for the uptrend example of it, where we have something like this, and it's everywhere on the chart. It's everywhere on the chart. So quickly, I'll show you some examples on my charts. We don't need to take much time because it's just the basic part of liquidity. It's everywhere. Now take a look at this. This is what we call a trend line liquidity. This is what we call what? A trend line liquidity. Why is it called a trend line liquidity? You can even extend it up to upcoming. You can extend it up to this point here. Let's extend it to the next touch. I'm actually seeing something here. Let's extend it to this point. Now you can see what is going on here. When price comes into that red line, it's what? It's reacting at that point. Price keeps pushing up. Now, the way I explained, I told you that when price comes into it, before it breaks, price will give what? A slight reaction at that point. Now, after that slight reaction, what happened? Price what? Price took everything out. Everything. Price what? Price moved down aggressively at this point. See what happened? Price broke that red line and pushed down. Now, when we are talking about the uptrend type, or we talk about the one that occurs in a downtrend, look at it. Now, look at what is going on here at this point. I think this one also is an accurate example. Now, look at what is going on here. You can see that at this red line, we have price touching that trend line repeatedly. Price comes into this point, tapped on it the first time, touched it the second time, dropped, and at the third time, it touched but reacted a little bit. After we got the third reaction, what happened? It broke it aggressively, and it's very, very simple as that. Now, don't forget, these are just the two simple types of liquidity. We have the basic concept of liquidity. We have the equal highs, and we have what? The trend line liquidity. And these are the basic types of liquidity. Though, if you like, you can see we have dynamic liquidity, which is the type that occurs when we have an uptrend or a downtrend. And we have the static. If you like, you can put it that we just have equal highs liquidity, we have equal lows liquidity, and we have trend line liquidity. Whichever one that is very accommodating to you. And that is all I have for you guys tonight. So I hope you learned something on the concept of liquidity. But now, when you want to actually trade this particular concept, or you want to talk about liquidity, or you are looking out for it in your chart, you should understand how price moves, or what market structure is, or the direction of the market. For those who have not actually checked what market structure is, you can actually check the YouTube links on the beginner's course of trading that was actually shared. You can see the aspect of market structure that we have, and you can go through it. Then you can combine it with whatever thing you have. So that is all for tonight. So I'll pass the mic to SafuLane to continue from here.
All right, thank you so much. Keep talk about like it's been a wonderful one to understand what liquidity is coming from the static liquidity and dynamic liquidity have you explained, and also the notable trend lines which all these liquidity take actions in different market situations and also in different trading patterns. So I believe we've been able to grab one or two things tonight, and I would like to ask if anyone is here with a question to ask Crypto Kaba, or if we're all good to go on what we've been able to check through together. So tomorrow is going to be our quiz and then activities, which we have every Wednesday. And yes, it's going to be a very lively one. And also on Thursday, we are going to be having another class section, which is going to be on another topic entirely, which would have create we'll have create an awareness for it, and also make sure everyone is ready to have an interactive class section on topic as well. So, and lastly, talking about our mobile app development, we are working so hard to make sure that we release a mobile app this month. So very soon a launch date will be announced, and immediately it is announced for who we mentioned that we are giving out free SAFU points that can be used for various purposes and withdrawals, and it is very crucial to our community activities. Having a SAFU point gives you more access and privilege being a SAFU OG. So with your SAFU points, you'll be able to play interactive games on the mobile app. You'll be able to play with friends. You'll be able to join some contests. You'll be able to withdraw your points as maybe in USDT, in as airtime withdrawal or other things possible. You'll be able to other means of withdrawal that are available. So it's going to be really an interesting one, but we would like to just take things gradually so that we don't muddle up things. And also, we are not joking with security when it comes to all these crucial uh crucial part of the project. So also I would like all of us to know that once we are engaging on any of our social media posts, we are still recording SAFU points for people who we know they are very active. And you might be surprised that SAFU point that will be distributed across every SAFU OG might not be the same. This is because some people are much more active, and they are giving us that push and awareness. So it is definitely going to be all right for them to be having more SAFU points being airdropped to their accounts or wallets when we launch. And then it is going to be uh it is going to be very interesting, to be honest, because people start seeing the reason why we've been emphasizing on us, accumulating our SAFU points, working to interact on our social media pages, engaging on our social media contests. So if you haven't done that, there are a few steps to do it. Make sure you are following us on across all our channels. You can check our link tree to make sure you are following us on YouTube, are following us on Twitter, Twitter X app, Telegram, Instagram, and TikTok. Those are the available medium. We are also on LinkedIn and Medium, but we'll add it to our link tree so that people will see, because we'll be making more announcements and official partnership will be announced on these particular business platform. But for now, our social media platform that we're mainly using is on X. So, and like we've said, we are already working on a way that if we have people that are interested in signals, in that are fully focused on making sure that or fully focused on us jumping on latest trend, we're already working to accommodate every person so that we don't miss any section while we are trying to create a safe community where we can learn together. We don't want us to also miss on trends, updates. We don't want us to miss on things we can jump on, but we'll definitely create a category so that people who are interested in some particularly, or let's say in some particular environment or section, they will be interacting over there, so it doesn't get muddled up. So we know that we are passing information that is needed according to the people that are engaging or that are interested in them. So don't forget, one thing that I would like you to do is go to our Twitter. If you haven't been engaging our posts, do engage on them, like, retweet, tag your friends, comment, and that is how we do it over here. So um really appreciate everyone that have been with us, that are still with us, and continue to support. So a shout out to everyone: Jabir, Pascal, Water, Crypto Kaba, and every other SAFU that have joined us tonight. I wish you okay, Pascal, you wanted to say something?
Yes, yes. I wanted to ask a question before my network concerning
Oh,
the class.
okay. You you have a lot of background or noise.
Okay, can you
Is
hear
there a way
me?
we can hear you? Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to ask this double top and double bottom. What does it tell us? Should we buy a particular? Should we buy or should we sell? What does it mean? Like this double top and double bottom. Let's
Okay,
elaborate.
okay. Let me help you pass the message to Crypto Kaba. Crypto Kaba is asking, what does it means to have the double top and the double bottom? Is it a sign that one needs to buy or sell? Crypto Kaba, are you still with us? Uh, we can't hear you, Crypto Kaba, if you are saying something. Oh, am
Hello,
I
can
the
everybody
one?
hear me?
Okay, you are audible now, so go ahead.
How about now? Can everybody hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you now. Yeah, let's have your
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So when we are talking about the double top and double bottom, when we are
hello. You stop
okay,
talking
so
again.
when
Oh,
we are talking about the double top and double bottom pattern, the way okay, so sorry for maybe it's my network. But now I want to explain something about the double top and double bottom. When we have a double top and double bottom, you don't just treat the double top and double bottom. When we have the double top, it's identifying that okay, at this point there's a particular liquidity at the top and price needs to what to take that liquidity. Now, if we are in an uptrend, it's signifying that okay, you need to what to get a proper buy position to what to that point or above that point as your what as your take profit. But now, if we are in a bearish market or we are in a downtrend, you need to take note that price does not just keep selling down. Price needs to what to have some retractive movements, or price needs to what to actually have some pullbacks. Now, if it occurs in a downtrend, you should know that when price wants to have these pullbacks or this little retracement, it's for it to what to take out those particular liquidity, either that equal high, to take out that equal high. Now, if it's in an uptrend, you should know that okay, price would want to take out that equal low before continuing its movements. Now, if price does not take out these equal highs or lows immediately, just know that in the nearest future, when price is coming, it will actually take out all this form of liquidity. So that is it. You don't just trade the double top, or you don't just trade liquidity without understanding the concept of market structure. If you don't understand how price moves, you can't be able to trade these forms of liquidity. And that is how it works. So if you understand market structure or how price moves, then you would understand when to actually trade these forms of liquidity properly. So you don't just trade them blindly. So I hope you get the points now.
Okay, I get the point. I get the point. But you didn't mention anything about how market structure works.
We already had a session on market structure, and I always keep repeating. I said, if you don't understand one aspect of these particular classes, you won't be able to understand the next. And that is why we have we compiled the list of all these topics, all the topics that we've had on this trading. You have to follow them one after the other. It was dropped here. I think it was dropped here recently. Okay, it was dropped on the channel. It's on the SafuLane channel. Yeah, you should check the SafuLane channel. You see SafuLane technical analysis course for beginners. You see it there. So you can actually start from the first, which is introduction to technical analysis. Then you follow it up to the aspect of market structure, supply and demand, and and that is how you keep track of them. But if you don't understand one topic, you can actually proceed to the next. So do you understand now?
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Gaba. I think that was a beautiful take on that. And Pascal, you just have to go back to some of our videos. It's on YouTube. I can try to just help you check it, and also make reference to it on our chat group. But it will be very important to check some of the videos, because the way they are being done is that you have to watch them one after the other, so you don't really get yourself in middle of or lost in the middle of all we are discussing or talking about. We started these sections, or these class sections, on technical analysis, fundamental analysis, which have it's been over a month or so. Yeah. So you might do well to just quickly glance on it, or to have a review on what it takes to understand market structure properly. Then when we are talking about all these trend lines and moving to this particular section of liquidity, you can easily get into the topic better. So, and also, if anyone is here and is finding it difficult, this is a recorded section. By tomorrow it will be available on our YouTube page, and just go and watch the previous videos. By the time you watch them, you'll be able to understand what the discussion is about in a more clearer way. So thanks to everyone that participated tonight. This is where we'll be calling it an end. Don't forget, invite your friend to SafuLane. Tell them what we are doing. Tell them how we are doing it, and we really appreciate you being a SAFUU OG. Have a wonderful day. Let's meet tomorrow on our quiz, and then don't forget, and always turn on our notification on our Twitter page. Engage on all our posts to earn SAFUU points. We really appreciate you for being with us and being very supportive. Good night, everyone. Bye bye.